We are actually going to come start standing on our mats today. So I imagine we'll be sitting or running around cooking. So just come to stand on your mat. Right in the center is fine. And start to get your bearings here. Hello. Feeling your feet out, your mat, the ground beneath you, the air around that. And just sort of centering yourself here in your practice in this time. And taking a quick moment just to acknowledge anything you've got to do after this, right? Honor it, hold space for it, and then let it pass by so that we can stay present on our mats today, this time that we deserve. And start to rock forward and back on your toes. Maybe you can lift your toes for one foot and then the other, getting a little bit into your calves and your hamstrings there. Just seeing how that feels, coming up onto the tippy toes of one foot and then the other, getting a little bit into your arches. And then coming to really spread your toes out, root your feet down. And find some really solid ground just for a beat. Maybe one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, or hands at heart center, just by your side, whatever feels good. But stand up nice and tall. Scoop your pelvis under just a little bit. Take a big exhale out. New breath in. Big sigh out. Another big breath in through your nose, fill up. Big breath out. Another big breath in through your nose, fill up. This time seal your lips and exhale out of your nose on your exhale. Finding that oceanic-like sound, that slight constriction in your throat, that vibration, all the better to keep you present. Know that if your ujjayi breath, your closed mouth breath doesn't serve you today, find your open mouth exhales. This is your practice. Maybe you've got something that already brought you to your mats, wanting time for yourself this morning, wanting to carve out some space for you or to center yourself before this crazy day. So I encourage you to bring that to the forefront of your mind now and to think about one thing that you are really looking forward to today. Maybe it's food, maybe it's a person that you get to see, maybe it's something you get to do, but just center that here, something joyful. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Maybe you smile as you open your eyes and bring your arms down by your side. Widen your feet ever so slightly, not too much. Take a bend in your knees. You could bring your palms to your thighs and shift forward, both feet this time. Shift to the left, both feet. To your heels, both feet. To the right, both feet. And come back around center. So I've got us going in a counterclockwise motion here, but if you're in another one, that's also fine. But really we're just rolling from edge to edge of our feet to really honor that rooting down, that grounding that starts with our feet, that are often ignored unless they're hurting. Maybe you can make these a little more smooth, take them as quick or as slow as you'd like. But really just notice each part of your foot here. And start to slow yourself back to center, and we'll take it to the other side. So for me, that's going to be clockwise, front, right, back, and left. Really taking care to make sure you hit each movement here, each edge of your foot. And really just focusing on that grounding, that rooting. And start to slow that down. Corkscrew yourself up to stand. Maybe you've got to stretch a little bit, get some extra space into your sides, and bring your feet right underneath your hips. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Sweep your arms up, and right away pull your left wrist, reach over. Pull your right wrist, reach over. And as you're doing so, maybe you could lift the opposite heel. Left heel lifts, right heel lifts. As you stretch to the same side that your heel's lifting on, to really give yourself some length in that side that's stretching. Creating space in our intercostal muscles here between our ribs, our side body, our psoas, over our hips. And having a little fun with it, doing it in a little bit less of a structured way. Refocus on your breath if you've lost it. And come to stretch into that mountain pose. Take a big breath in. Exhale, side body stretch up and over to the right. This time real nice and deep. Letting your right arm fall if it feels good. Maybe you could even widen your stance if you want to feel a bit more grounded here. But really from your left heel all the way up your side, out your left fingertips. Pull your left shoulder back, keep your heart open. And inhale, mountain, reach up high. Exhale, side body stretch, stretch up and then over to the left. Again, maybe keeping that wide stance if it serves you. Pull your right shoulder back and feel that stretch from your right heel all the way up through your hip, your side body, out your fingertips. Inhale, mountain, come back to center. Exhale, baby back bend. Press your hips forward, cactus your arms. Maybe you bring your feet a little closer together if it serves you here. But really find that pulling together of your shoulder blades in order to broaden through your collarbones. Now I encourage you to lengthen your neck. See if you can bring your shoulders down away from your ears. Almost feeling like that sternum here might crack. Inhale, mountain, reach up nice and tall. Exhale, forward fold. Turn yourself towards that proper edge of your mat here, that more traditional edge. Give yourself a couple of petals. Not quite a ragdoll yet. Just noticing how your calves might feel, your hamstrings, connecting all the way up to your glutes. How does your head and neck feel? Really taking our time today to ground ourselves, to center ourselves slowly and intentionally. And come to cross your right ankle over your left. A little bit of a flamingo forward fold here, really big in the IT band in your left hip to your left knee. Bend into that left knee if you need to, right, to take some of that pressure off. Nothing wrong with it. But let your head and neck really hang. And start to walk your fingertips over to the left. Turn yourself all the way to the back of your mat, this time crossing your right foot behind your left. Another flamingo forward fold, this time that right IT band. Bend into your right knee if it serves you. And see if you can root down through all four corners of both feet here. Start to walk your fingers over to the right, but this time turn just to face the long edge of your mat. Toes pointing all in the same direction here for the moment. Pedal into your knees and take a big step of your left foot out. So widening probably about 1.5 feet here between your feet. Almost a wide-legged forward fold, but not quite. And then turn your toes, each set of them slightly outward here, a little bit of an angle. Bring your arms, your palms underneath your shoulders and inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Malasana, yogi squat. Come down nice and gentle. It's our first one. Big hip opener here. If you've got a block or a pillow or anything, you could place it right underneath your glutes. And give yourself a moment to feel out, to move side to side, to give yourself some space. And then in your own time, start to slowly settle down. Feet nice and flat and firm on the earth. Lift your chest. Press your palms together to get that leverage. And keep a tall, proud spine. Maybe you close your eyes for a moment. Acknowledging how your hips might feel. It's early. Maybe they feel a little tight, like they could use a little bit of love, a little bit of breath. So start to deepen your breath here. Big inhale. Nice slow exhale. Inhale, lift back up. Keep your feet where they are. Exhale, turn to the left. Find pyramid pose. Pivoting your toes perfectly. You could widen your stance if you'd like. Right foot nice and grounded at that 45-degree angle. Drag your left hip back, push your right hip forward, and maybe you stay lifted. Maybe that's where your hamstrings are at today. Or maybe you fold a bit over that left leg. Could also take your left hand and really, with a fist, drag it along your hamstring here, a little bit of a self-massage, almost like a foam roller. So see what feels good to you here. We'll take one more round of breath. Pivot your toes back over to the long edge of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Malasana, yogi squat. Sink low, find some movement. Notice how it feels this time around. Hopefully a little different than that first time. Find a moment of stillness. Lift your heart up. Take a big inhale. Nice big exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten. Exhale, pivot into pyramid on the right, framing your right foot. Maybe you've got to adjust your stance on this side. Doesn't have to be the same as the other, but take stock of how that right hamstring feels. Maybe you find that same fist to make a bit of a self-massage here on the back of your right hamstring. Just honoring every part of our bodies today as we move through our practice, from toes all the way to fingertips. Take one more round of breath here. And this time, instead of hanging back in frog, bend into that front knee, plant your palms, spread your fingertips nice and wide, and step back into a high plank, sending energy out of your heels. Push your shoulders up towards the sky. Take a big breath in, and exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back, straighten through your legs. Maybe find some movement here. I don't think I've ever come into a down dog and not found a little bit of movement necessary. Heels side to side. Maybe firm up through your triceps, pulling them in towards one another. And start to settle into just a little bit of stillness here. Allow yourself to take a bend in your knees. Inhale, gaze to the top of your mat. Exhale, ragdoll pose. Take a big step forward. Big bend in your knees. Really let your head and neck hang heavy. Gaze towards the back of your mat. Maybe you find some sways or some stillness. And if you did find an arm grip, switch it out. Opposite arm on top, opposite fingers on top. or a totally different arm movement altogether. And slowly release your arms through center. Toe heel your feet to come back underneath your hips. So for me, that's about a fistful apart. Take a bend, tuck your chin into your chest, and inhale, slowly unfurl. And I do mean slowly. Take your time here. Absolutely no rush to get your shoulders stacked up over your hips. When you make it there, take a big sigh out. Option for palms by your side again, or hands in heart center. But just a moment to find steady ground beneath your feet. To find a bit of stillness in your mind here. Take a big breath in. Big exhale out. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach your arms up high overhead. Exhale, side body stretch. Reach up and over to the right. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, side body, open over to the left. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, baby, back bend, lengthen through your neck. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold, take your time. Inhale, halfway lift, shift weight into your toes and pause. Draw your shoulders back, pin your elbows into your sides, and then hug your belly button up and in. Give your low back a little bit of a break. Take a big inhale. Exhale, crouch and curl. Sink your hips towards your heels. Come up high on your tiptoes. Shine the tops of your feet forward. And really curl yourself into a tiny ball here. Stretching that entire back line. Maybe reach your fingertips forward and hover them. Take a big inhale. Nice slow exhale. We'll flow that breath to movement. Inhale, mountain, drop your heels, reach up. Exhale, side body stretch to the right. Inhale, mountain, use your core to rise. Exhale, side body to the left. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, shift weight in your toes. Exhale, crouch and curl. Sink deep. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, side body. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, side body. Inhale, mountain, something different. Exhale, baby, back bend. Inhale, mountain, listen here. Exhale, baby, back bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, chest expansion, grip. Reach your palms behind you. Interlace your fingers. Palms don't have to touch, but if they do, great. Shimmy your shoulders back behind you and find a comfortable place here. It shouldn't feel like too much effort. Inhale, drag your knuckles down. Lift your heart and gaze. Exhale, forward fold with this grip. Take your time coming down. Use your arms like a lever to bring your chest a little bit closer to your thighs. And if lifting your knuckles higher doesn't serve you, simply hover them right above your low back. Nothing wrong with it here. Start to slowly release your arms. Let them hang nice and heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Clench your palms, step your feet back. Keep your shoulders reaching towards the sky for a big breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze to the top of your space. Exhale, low lunge. Bring your right foot between your palms. Take your time. Maybe you've got to find some wiggles to get there. Press into your left toes like you're ready to take off. And then draw your right hip back, left hip forward, just like we did in our pyramid pose. Find that really nice, steady base. Tap your left knee down. Untuck your toes and inhale, crescent lunge. Reach your arms up high. Spin your pinkies in towards one another, palms almost facing the back to keep open through your heart. And pause here. Drag your right foot back, your left knee forward. Find that really strong base here. Maybe a little bit of shaking. Take a big breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, kneel it, reaching airplane. We're gonna come into airplane here with our arms, not our leg, just our arms. Draw your fingertips towards the back of your space. Lift your left leg up. It's Thanksgiving morning. Keep open through your heart by pulling your shoulder blades back together behind you. Big inhale, reach your arms up high to crescent. Exhale, stand at attention. Left foot comes to meet your right. You're back at the top of your mat with both feet rooted down. Take a big breath in and a big sigh out. Inhale, mountain. We'll rinse it out. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Come straight down with control. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Take your time. No rush for a big breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze to the top of your space. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot forward between your palms. Take the same care on this side that you did with the other. Press into your right toes like you're ready to take off. Draw your left hip back, right hip forward. Find that strong, steady stance. Then allow that right knee to tap down. Untuck your toes. Inhale, kneeling crescent. Reach your arms up high overhead and pause. Spin your pinkies in towards one another. Find that broad opening through your chest. And then check in with your hips. Maybe you've got to drop your left hip down like I definitely need to right here. Hug your belly up and in. Find that strong core pulling down towards the earth here. Take a big inhale. And a nice slow exhale out. Inhale, crescent plane. We've got it this time. Lift your back leg, reach your arms towards your right heel, and find that moment of pause here. Base could move if you need it, but draw your shoulder blades back. Reach the crown of your head forward. Inhale, crescent, sweep your arms up. Exhale, stand at attention. Bring your right foot to meet your left. Pause here to ground in. Inhale, mountain pose, ascend 8 or rinse it out. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Ride your breath all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, shift forward. Exhale, high plank. Plant your palms, step your feet back. Just a big breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. Take one big round of breath here in and out. Noticing any changes in this down dog, in your calves, in your hamstrings, in your heart, maybe. Now that we've got a little bit more movement in. Settle the weight into your left foot this time. Inhale, reach your right heel up high. Exhale, low lunge. Shift forward before you plant that right foot through. Little bit of a different way to get there. Give yourself time to find that strong base and start to get light in your fingertips this time around. Inhale, crescent lunge. Reach your arms up high overhead, hold and breathe. We've been here before, but a little quicker. So draw your right hip back. Take some time to set that base up. And then pull your belly up and in. Reaching up, big inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Drop your left heel down, open up to the right. Really taking some love with our hips today. Shift forward to stack your right knee over your right ankle and press your left foot into your mat. Use that to really pull your mat apart or pull it in. See what feels good. Very different sensations. Gaze out strong over your right fingertips. Inhale, reverse warrior. Watch your right hand reach up and over. Hold and breathe here. Recommit to that bend in your front knee. Pull your left shoulder back. Maybe you even bring your fingertips around to that right hip. Take a big breath in where you are. Exhale, extended side angle. Base stays exactly the same. Reach forward and down. Yes, lift your left arm up high. Or keep that bind if you'd really like it. And check in with your core here. Can you take a little pressure up your legs to lift up using your core? Big inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Come right back to frame your right foot the way that we started. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, down dog. Pedal into your legs. Notice the difference in that right leg versus left right now. And we'll take it to the other side. Plant firmly into all of your fingers. Heavy the weight into your right foot. And inhale, reach your left heel up high. Exhale, low lunge. Shift forward, then plant your left foot. Find that base. You know where we're heading, so we really need a good one. Draw your left hip back and lighten the weight in your fingertips. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, sweep up and pause here. Find that pulling together of your thighs. Pull your low belly up and in. Widen your arms here, take up some space. Take a big breath in. Exhale, warrior two, open up towards that right side. Find your heel to arch alignment between your front and back foot. And bend deeply into that front knee. Gazing out strong over your left fingertips. Keep your gaze there. And inhale, reverse warrior. Watch your palm lift up and back. Hold and breathe here. Recommit to that bend in your front knee. Maybe you bring your right arm around and into your left hip crease. Take a big breath in. Exhale, extended side angle, shift forward, then TikTok your arms. Always an option for forearm on your knee, your thigh here. Nothing wrong with it, even if you didn't do it on the other side. Then use that core to lift. Take a big breath in. Exhale, low lunge, pivot and plant. Inhale, high plank, step your left foot back. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. Whew. Getting warm before our Thanksgiving meal. Take a big breath in and a big exhale out. We're gonna flow that, linking our breath to our movement. Take your time, follow your own breath. Just use this as a guide. Center into your mat with a big inhale and a big exhale. Inhale, reach your right heel up high, squeeze your right glute. Exhale, low lunge, shift forward, take your time. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, warrior two, open up slowly. Inhale, reverse warrior, follow your right palm. Exhale, extended side angle, make it nice and fluid. Inhale, lift up just a bit higher. Exhale, low lunge, pivot and plant. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, reach your left heel up high. Exhale, low lunge, pull it in. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior two, gaze straight. Inhale, reverse warrior, follow your palm. Exhale, extended side angle, nice and fluid here. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high plank, hug your belly in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right heel up. Exhale, low lunge, carve it through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior, beautiful. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, lift yourself up. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, down dog, last side. Inhale, reach your left heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior, keep that deep bend. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, lift up, use your strength. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high plank, step back, listen here. Exhale, child's pose, tap your knees down. Untuck your toes and sink yourself down. Maybe you rock your forehead side to side. Maybe you bring your palms to reach back instead of forward. A little bit more of a restorative version there. But take this moment to pause and to know that it's just as important as all of that movement. And I encourage you to bring back to the forefront of your mind that with which we started class. Something that you're really looking forward to today. Something that brings you joy. Maybe you allow yourself to smile. And take a big breath in. And a big sigh out. Another big inhale, fill up all the way. Slow exhale to push it out. Bring your palms reaching forward if they're not there already. Inhale, rise up into a tabletop. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. Find a nice long spine, tailbone out the crown of your head. And inhale, reach your right arm up high. Exhale, thread the needle. Send your right arm underneath your left. Maybe reach your left arm forward as you bring your temple down to the mat. This is a great place to check in with your breath. Are you holding it? Has it become a little more shallow? Can you invite those big breaths back into the space here, into that right shoulder, into your upper back? And start to bring your left palm back by your face. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, tabletop, even it out. Take a cat-cow if it feels good here for you. And then come to that neutral spine, heavy into your right palm. Inhale, reach your left arm out and open. Exhale, thread the needle, send your left arm underneath your right. Rock onto that left shoulder. Check back in to that breath, to that grounding sensation, each part of you in contact with your mat here. And start to slide your right palm back by your face. Inhale, reach your left arm back open. And exhale, tabletop. Come back through center. Maybe rinse with a cat-cow. or some C curves, anything that might feel good in your body here. Just take a moment to find your movement. And come to plant your palms, about one more palm print in front. Tuck your toes under and lift up to a downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right heel up high. Exhale, scorpion dog. Stack your right hip on top of your left. Open up. Bringing a little more space to that front line of your body, right over your hip. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, half pigeon. Bring your knee to your right wrist. Slide your back leg long. If you've got a block or a pillow, highly encourage either under your palms or under your right hip or both. Make this pose work for you here. Maybe you stay upright if you're looking for a little more heart opening. Or you could start to allow yourself to melt down towards the mat. All the while pulling that right hip back gently. And knowing that if this is too much, I know I haven't done a half pigeon in quite some time, for example. So if this is too much, you could always come right onto your back into that supported version of half pigeon, which is also just as delicious. But wherever you are, really heavy yourself down here and give yourself the next few rounds of breath to just focus on just that, your breath in and out. As you're ready, start to slowly lift yourself back up. Plant into your palms, tuck your back toe under. An option to head straight to down dog, or to lift that left leg up and to yawn your hip open into scorpion dog again. Everybody has a preference. You know what would feel good in that right leg to bring some energy back right now. So allow yourself to find it. And then come to steady back in that down dog so we can take it over to our last side. Inhale, reach your left heel up high. Exhale, scorpion dog. Stack your left hip on top of your right. Notice how this side might feel different. And try to keep your chest squared towards the mat here to really make it about just that opening over your abs, your hip. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, half pigeon. Bring your knee to your left wrist, your ankle towards your right. And use that control you have over your back leg to lengthen out if it feels good. Block or pillow, again, highly recommended. But maybe you stay upright. Or maybe you allow yourself to melt down. And start to slowly find that breath. And allow yourself to exist here just for the next few rounds of it. as you're ready, start to slowly lift up from your pigeon if you put it to sleep. Plant into your palms, tuck your back toes under, and again, option to come straight to down dog, because that serves a lot of folks, or option to lift your leg back up and to yawn into that scorpion dog. So see what you need. And come back into our final down dog here of practice. Inhale, gaze to the top of your mat. And exhale, come to tap your knees down. Have a seat, send your legs out. And plant into the soles of your feet. Grab for right underneath your knees. Inhale, lift up through your chest. Maybe you let your head fall back just a bit. Take a big breath in. And exhale, slowly curl into yourself here around your spine. Tuck your chin to your chest. Lighten the grip in your fingertips. And allow yourself to unfurl all the way down to your mat. Maybe you reach overhead for a long body stretch. Sending your legs and your fingers out in opposition. And pull your right knee up and into your chest. Give yourself a little bit of a half hug here around that right shin. Take a big inhale. And exhale. Twist open towards the left for your supine twist. Maybe you gaze up straight at the ceiling or out over to the right. But just a quick chance to wring anything out this morning or this first half of the week that didn't serve you, to hopefully create some space for that good and joyous thing you're looking forward to today. And gently pull yourself back into center. Give yourself a squeeze. Send your right leg long. Pull your left knee up and in. Find that half hug. A little bit of pressure here. Take a big inhale. Exhale, supine twist. Bring yourself to gaze up or out to the left. Maybe your shoulder stays glued, or maybe you allow it to lift. But one last chance to wring it all out. And start to gently bring yourself back to center. Hug your knees up and in. Maybe you stay right here with your spine tattooed down into your mat. Or option to lift your shoulder blades and bring your forehead towards your knees. Either way, take a big, expansive breath in. And exhale. Final resting pose. Whatever that looks like to you today. Arms and legs, wherever feel the most restful. Heavy your shoulders down. Release your jaw and your eyebrows. Truly take this time to release and to allow yourself to do so for the next few minutes, knowing that I'll call you out so that you won't miss any Thanksgiving feast. Shavasana. Friends, know that you're welcome to take as much time in your Shavasana as you need or can today, certainly while we close out our practice here. But if your body's calling for a little bit of movement, or you're ready to pass into this day, start to bring some small movements to your fingertips, your toes, maybe your head and neck, shoulder to shoulder. An option for that long body stretch, again, like you're waking up for the first time this morning with all this new space. An option to pull your knees up and into your chest. And to give yourself a squeeze here, to take a moment to thank yourself for making it to your mat, for taking time to ground in slowly but surely, to feel a little more steady in your day. Start to slowly make your way up to Sukhasana, an easy seat. Hands at heart center or on your thighs or wherever feels good for you to ground in. Take a big exhale out. Invite a big new breath in. Happy sigh out. Option to elevate your thumbs to your third eye center, your seat of intuition. That space of you that knows that things go a lot smoother when you take the time to ground in. In gratitude for being able to come together today to do just that, we bow forward. Thank you all so much for moving with me today. It is such an honor to be able to start out a day where we focus a little bit on gratitude